disheveled. I'm deep, all I beat is odds, all I get is that. At least I know, all I need is God, and I can bridge the gap. Keisha Cole, OMG, he's so cold. I know it's me, at least I'm told. Low spring, rap back to life, need some soul. You can ask my grandma, I wrote because I miss my dad. You can ask my mama. In the head, ain't no happy camper, now I'm the best.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Here we've got a couple of big targets who will try to be key contributors in both the pass and run games today. It's Olsen's Panthers going up against Finley's Saints. Now let's go to Jim Nantz and Phil Simms for this Week 4 matchup.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, a matchup in the NFC South as we join you from Bank of America Stadium. Down on the sidelines, there's a look at the Panthers head coach. His team's off to a good start this year, including a victory just a week ago. And on the other side is Mike McCarthy. His team has been rolling along, winning their last 3. Graham Gano looks ready to get this one underway. The Saints are ready to run back this kick. And with that kick, we're underway. And a touchback. And now we've got a young quarterback about to head onto the field for the first time today.
Jim, this guy's he's starting to inch his way up into that elite status, and he keeps playing solid football. So if he goes out here today and plays a good solid game again today, we're gonna start talking about him differently here in the future.
And Ivory's lined up directly behind the quarterback here. First down at the 20. And incomplete. Didn't get his feet down. Here's a look at the Saints offense. This is an efficient group. Last week, turning the football over just once.
Get ready.
Second down and 10. They deck the quarterback.
This might not be nice to say, but every once in a while it's kind of fun to watch the quarterback get sacked like that. Good job by the defensive end.
The Panthers defense brings in an extra member of the secondary. They'll go nickel. Third and long. Incomplete, almost going in the other direction.
The Saints don't have a lot of options on third and long situations. The pass goes incomplete, and the defense did a good job of staying back there and not giving up the deep throw.
The Saints will cover this up as their defense comes out now. Newton's going to jog out to the huddle now, trying to have a turnover-free game today. Stewart lined up in the backfield. The Panthers from the 22. That's Newton over to Olsen for the catch.
That time the quarterback throws the drag route. It doesn't get a first down, but still it's a good decision by him. The throw was right on target, and it picked up solid yards.
Second down and 1. And that'll gain just a few yards.
If you're running back and you want more carries, do things like this. Read the defense right, read the blocking, and pick up first downs. That's a really good job by the running back.
The Panthers have it at the 34. Stewart's met after a gain of 3.
Well, when you're going to run the football, if that's your objective, you cannot get frustrated by short runs. You know that it's going to build itself as the game goes along, so keep trying.
It's now 2nd down and 7 after the 3-yard rush. Cam Newton takes a look now from under center. Calais Campbell gets the sack.
Well, that's a sign of a good defense. When you can sack the quarterback when you're just rushing the defensive lineman, you don't need any tricks, you don't need any blitzes. Man, that's talent.
The Panthers have a 3rd down coming up. They did a great job a week ago of converting on 3rd down. The Panthers take it from the 28. Can't hold on here as this falls incomplete.
Brown's not able to come up with the catch. And a lot of times when you see a receiver drop a pass, they take their eyes off it. That's one thing. Or they're just trying to get it in their hands too quick. Why? Because they're trying to make some yards after the catch. That was the problem that time. Cook's able to show off his talent on that punt return that time. What speed and quickness that allows him to break through some of that coverage and picks up good yards.
The Saints offense will try to buck the trend here, as now we'll see if the punting units can stay on the sideline for a little while, because defense has been the order of the day here, Phil.
Well, Jim, listen, this has been kind of refreshing. I love it when the defenses are dominating. I'm sick of all these rules on the offensive side, so defenses take advantage of this and keep on rocking.
And with that, let's look at the Panthers defense. This is a ball-hawking unit that a week ago came up with 4 takeaways. The Saints will take the snap from the 35. And Ivory's tackled down at the 45. Third down now. The Panthers go with the dime formation here on defense. And it's caught by Cecil Shorts III. That's his first reception today.
The key to being a really good route runner and running these drag routes across the field is show some courage. Don't worry about what's in front of you. The quarterback will take care of that.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, Cecil Shorts III has the catch.
Zone defense doesn't work in the NFL like it used to. Good job by the quarterback reading that zone and finding the open guy.
Get ready.
2nd down and 5. Shaq Thompson wraps up the quarterback.
That's an awesome job by the outside linebacker. He gets a sack on the quarterback, and nowadays you've got to do it all if you're an outside linebacker. You've got to be tough against the run, cover receivers down the field, and yes, plays like that get to the quarterback.
The Saints come to the line of scrimmage and empty out the backfield. Everyone split out wide. The Saints will punt the football. And he punts it, and it's going to sail out of bounds, trying to play kick away from that dangerous returner. The Saints defense got tested on that last drive, but eventually it led to a punt.
Yeah, it was an awesome job by the defense. They really did a lot of things correct. They hustled. They play hard. That is the cornerstones of any good defense.
Newton's got 2 tight ends on the field for this snap. The grab is made by Kelvin Benjamin.
Well, the quarterback has such great confidence in the receiver. And why not? He's talented, and every time the football's thrown his way, he finds a way to make the catch.
The Panthers take it from the 38. looking across the middle. And incomplete pass that time as he threw it short. And now we'll look at the Panthers offense. Last week, they were motoring up and down the field, throwing for over 350 yards. The Panthers take it from the 38. He's wide open for the grab. Now they take the football onto the opponent's side of the field.
Now look at all these great tight ends in the NFL now. Makes me think of the NBA. These are power forwards who said to heck with that. They want to be pass catchers, and they're good at it.
Here they come to the 41-yard line.
First down following the long play. The offense is set at the line for the first down after that completion.
It's a grab by Funchess.
Wide receivers in the NFL, hey, they can catch it, but also they can break tackles. What a job that time by the wide receiver.
First down here after the completion. Here's the handoff, and they'll run it. And it's Haloti Ngata who's able to put an end to that play.
Always good to have these types of runs. Yeah, it's not a first down, but it sends a message. It shows everybody that you can run it when you want to, and also it opens up so many other things for your offense.
Newton's lined up, two tight ends set. Olsen's touchdown, Panthers. That's his 5th receiving touchdown this year. They take the lead here late in the first quarter with the touchdown.
Yeah, nothing like it. Before that first quarter was up, they found a way to get in the end zone and get that score to take the lead, and hey, that's a good feeling.
The Panthers with an extra point try on the way.
The point after is good. Olsen's probably ready to get right back on the field after that last drive. A drive in which he contributed over 40 yards receiving, helping the team score.
And a touchback here will bring the ball out to the 20. The Panthers defense, Bill, where are they right now mentally after the last time giving up a couple of first downs, but in the end, forcing the punt?
They feel great. And I'll give a lot of credit to the coaches on the sideline. I thought they put the players in good positions, and the players took advantage of it.
First down at the 20. And Ivory's taking the handoff.
On his way.
The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Nobody was going to catch him there. Touchdown.
How about the blocking up front? Lets the running back get in the secondary, and he is so quick and elusive. He avoids the tackles and takes it all the way for the touchdown.
Ball's on the tee. Got a tie game now. The score's 7-7. The Panthers are prepared to return the kickoff. Brown's got a chance for a return. And he's taken down right at about the 29, not quite to the 30.
The Panthers now ready to take over again on offense. They were successful on their previous drive, getting the ball all the way to the end zone. I'm sure they're looking for more of the same right now.
Oh, absolutely. That's what you always want. You want to find your way to the end zone, and so many people contributed on that last drive, and you've got to give the coaches a lot of credit for putting the players in excellent position.
Landry's brought down, but not until he gives his team a new set of downs. We're back here getting ready for the second quarter. Phil, that was a defensive tug of war the first quarter.
It sure was, and it was a tug of war, and it was boring. That's what it looked like. I want to give the defense some credit. I thought they did well, but really the offenses, just poor play selection, poor execution, and you've got to get some emotion going out there on the offensive side.
The Panthers have played well enough to be leading so far, partner, but right now the game is tied. Newton's looked in control of the offense to this point.
Hard to believe this game is tied when you watch the offense and the quarterback. They are hot. They're throwing the football. They're making it work. And we'll see if they can get ahead with another drive.
Benjamin's taken down at the 18.
My gosh, the wide receivers in the NFL, it's incredible. It's not that you have one. Every team has 2 and 3, and some have 4. Good job that time by him hauling in that pass.
After the long gain, let's see what they do here. Catch made.
The Saints are hard to fool on the defensive side, especially when they're in the red zone. So that time, all over the offensive play call, they stopped the completion for no gain.
Newton's now completed his last 7 passes. Second down and 8. Complete to Greg Olsen. Olsen's tackled down after a gain of 5.
The Panthers offensive coordinator does a good job that time calling the pass down here in the red zone. Caught the defense off guard. They got the completion for a good gain.
Double tight end formation. 3rd and 3. Has Olsen. Olsen's tackled down after a gain of 5. 6th catch today so far.
First down by the offense inside the red zone. Can the defense show them something different here and keep them from scoring a touchdown?
Breaking huddle at the 6. They're back at the line after that catch for a first down. The offense is set at the line for the first down after that completion. Williams in on the tackle.
Holding offense.
The defense accepts the penalty.
Still first down.
The Saints with a nickel look here on defense. First and goal. Carolina in the end zone. Touchdown. Olsen, second touchdown of the game. About halfway through the second quarter now, and that touchdown gives them the lead.
Yeah, nothing like a positive drive, just like we saw there, Jim. And it's here midway in the second quarter. They found a way to finally get in the end zone, take the lead. Good job by the offense.
He'll have a chance to take off. And he runs it out to about the 27 before he's taken down. Cooks is ready to start this next possession. They're staring at a deficit, and he's not had a first half to remember up to this point.
Not going to blame it all on him. There's a lot of people to blame on the offensive side. And I'm going to start with the coaches. You just got to have a better plan on how to get your star wide receiver open. They haven't done that. He's really had no chance to get it done.
The Saints have had a great rushing attack all game, Phil. And Ivory's been a consistent force on the ground.
Yeah, he's just a running back who never gives up. And when he runs, it's arms, elbows, everything is moving. And he is one tough running back to tackle.
The Saints take it from the 33. Pulls it in. Finley's tackled down after a gain of 15.
Well, they call it the post route because you're running towards the goalpost, but a good route that time by the receiver making that cut. He gets open, gets behind the defense, and a nice throw.
And now on first down, they'll go back to the air. And Ivory's got it. Screen.
Saints have been awesome today on first down. That time it's a nice play design. They throw the football, it picks up solid yards. Second and short. Boy, that's what every offense likes to be in.
2nd and 3. And now on the draw. They'll mark him at the 41.
You're running back in this league and you pick up first downs and you don't fumble the football, I promise you one thing, you're going to get more carries.
The Panthers with 2 extra defensive backs in the dime. First and 10. Screen. The catch is made. Ely's there that time for the tackle.
When you're a quarterback throwing against zone defenses, look for the open space. That's what he did that time. He found it, and the receiver ran in there and made the catch.
And now as we come back to the field, we're looking at a defense trying to maintain a lead going into the break. The Saints with an empty backfield look here. Second down and 5. And it's complete to Cecil Shorts the third. Third catch today so far.
You can't play zone coverage against this quarterback. He knows it's zone, and he's going to find the open throwing lane, and he gets it done.
Play number 6 coming up on this drive. The Saints take it from the 23. Surveys. Ball is out. And the recovery is made by the defense.
It's plain and simple. If you want to stay in the game, you got to hold on to the football. That time, that fumble, that...
We have a review coming from the booth. So now they're going to take a look at whether the knee was down before the ball came out.
Well, when we look at this, let's look when the knee hits the ground. And as we look at it, when the knee hits the ground, does he still have total control of the football? If you deem him to have total control, then it is not a fumble.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the boys in the booth, they want to make doubly sure the call was correct. They decided, hey, we need to take another look at this, but the play stands as is. Real tough starting spot here for the offense. Newton's going to take the snap from the shotgun. Brown hauls it in. Verner's the one who brings them to the ground. So they complete that one, yet it's still second down. From the gun, Newton. Knocked down as he fires it. Third down on the way. Newton has everybody split out wide for this snap. Easy catch there. No one near him. Olsen's brought down after picking up 14 on the play. The Saints will come out in the dime. First down and 10. Throws the pass. Over to Greg Olsen with the reception. The Panthers signal for the timeout. And that's the first one they've used. Offense getting set now following the timeout. They come to the line of scrimmage. First down. Let's see how they back up the big play here.
Cam Newton takes it from the shotgun. Newton hooks up with Greg Olsen.
The best way to get more plays in before the end of the first half, go to the hurry-up offense. Nice job by the coach. We'll see if the quarterback can make it work.
Now 1st and 10. Makes the catch in the open field.
That's another reception, giving it 2.
Well, when there's under 2 minutes to go, good job by the offensive ball carrier that time. He knows he can get no more yards. He steps out of bounds to stop the clock.
Newton's now completed 4 in a row.
The Panthers moving inside the 20 and the red zone. Last week, they just feasted on that part of the field. 1st down at the 18. He will not get away. He's taken down for the sack. The Panthers use another timeout here, and they have 1 left. Set up now at the 26. Newton's ready for the snap. Empty backfield.
From the gun. He'll throw it over the middle. Look at that concentration. Touchdown, Panthers.
He's caught his 7th touchdown pass of the season. What a fine start to this game. Here we are late in the 2nd quarter. They put up another touchdown, Phil.
Well, they got a nice lead. They like to take this in at halftime. If you're the coach of the team that's leading at halftime, you know what you tell your players? Hey, guys, good job. Let's keep that going. You pat them on the rear and tell them how good they are because, hey, this has been a clinic so far in the first half.
The Panthers getting set to kick it away. He's got a chance to return this one.
And the tackle's made right around the 25-yard line.
The Saints offense back on the field trying to make up for that costly mistake. The last time they had the ball, the turnover they committed immediately turned into points against them.
Yeah, it did, Jim, but you know what? It's not a perfect game. You got to deal with adversity when you're talking about football. So you made that mistake, let it go and go out there, be aggressive, and see if you can score some points.
Chris Ivory lined up in the backfield.
The Saints will take the snap from the 25. Ivory's tackled down at the 36. The Saints are going to burn the first of their 3 timeouts right here. 1st down on the way. Ready for intermission. First, 1 more play. Looking to go deep. What an amazing effort by the receiver to strip him of the interception.
And we'll be back to Charlotte after the break for the start of the 3rd quarter. Welcome back, folks. Jim Nance and Bill Sims here at Bank of America Stadium for the call as the 2nd half is about to get underway. And he runs it out to about the 27 before he's taken down.
Coming in, the hype around this one with these 2 quarterback was enormous, but only one has had a solid game.
Well, listen, even though as a quarterback you don't go out there in the field and play against the opposing quarterback, you are competing against him, and you want to do better than he does, and you want to win. But that's not the case here today. One guy's really struggling.
Cam Newton will take the snap out of the gun. The Panthers from the 27. Devin Funchess comes away with the football. That's another reception given to. The Panthers know they have one of the best QBs in the league, and it's showing up in the stat sheet these last 2 weeks. Newton's coming up with big numbers back-to-back weeks.
Well, I think he knows this offense is all about him. The play designs are there for him. The offensive line, they built it to protect him. And, boy, he doesn't disappoint, does he, Jim? He can put up some numbers.
Trying to fight through right up the middle of the field.
2nd and 10 coming up. The Saints defense now is going to go nickel. That's Newton over to Olsen for the catch. Olsen's tackled down at the 38. Tight end has not been a problem lately. This guy, as you can see by the numbers, continues to thrive.
He's one of the best in the NFL, isn't he? And every week he just finds a way to get it done from the tight end position.
The football is at the 38. Stewart is in the backfield. 3rd down and 2. The ball lands in the hands of Landry.
That's what you want to do. Get a first down while you're on top and keep that clock moving and just controlling the football game. Good job by the offense managing things so far here today.
It's a 2 tight end formation. The Panthers from the 32. Newton, handoff. He's averaged about 2 yards a carry on the day.
Good coaching on the defensive side. Everybody stays at home. They stay in their gap, and they hold that run to a short gain.
2nd and 9 coming up. Stewart lined up as the single back. Oh, it almost picked off that time. At the 31, here we go. The Panthers get set at the line, needing to get to the 22 for a first. The Panthers snap it at the 31. And it's batted down.
The Panthers really don't have much of a chance of picking up this first down. It's 3rd and long. Of course, the defense is looking for passes down the field. They're all over everything, and the pass goes incomplete.
Fourth and 9, and the offense trots back onto the field. They're going to go for it. The Panthers call timeout, and they'll have 2 remaining. That timeout might be very useful for the offense. They're now ready to go. The Panthers snap it at the 31. Jarvis Landry with the catch. That's his 4th catch of the day.
Nice job by the coach that time going forward on 4th down. His team is up here in the 2nd half. He wants to keep momentum on his side. That's why he goes for it, and they get it. The defense has got to be a little aggressive here. Your team is down. You've got to attack this offense. You don't want them to get in there and get another score.
Makes the catch. Culvert's tackled down after a gain of 5.
The Panthers had a nice play design that time, but fooled the defense, and they get the pass completion for a nice pickup.
Now inside the 10 and at the 9. To the ground. Gains 5.
Good job by the offense getting the first down in the red zone. Now it becomes tricky. Can you deceive the defense where you get a chance to get a score?
Play after play after play here on this drive. The defense loading up on the line, getting set for this snap. First and goal. The quarterback with the give to the fullback.
The Saints defensive coordinator, he's going to be happy with the results there. He was guessing run inside the red zone. That's what he's got, and they were ready for it, and they gave up very little yardage.
Second and goal from the 3. Stewart's handed the football. In the end, it picks up only a yard.
The offense is so close right here. They just need to show a little power and punch this in the end zone and get that touchdown.
The next snap will come from the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal to go from the 2. Has it. Touchdown.
Tight ends are more valuable when you get close to the goal line because they can use their body and push off and get open that way to score touchdowns. Nice job that time by the tight end.
And the extra point is good. Newton certainly given his team some momentum with that scoring drive. He just put together a possession where he threw for more than 60 yards. That'll be a touchback, and the ball will be placed at the 20. The Saints offense trots out onto the field, looking to get into the end zone and see if they can turn the tide in this one, partner.
Well, the fact that they are losing this game so far, the sense of urgency is there on the offensive side. You know, you have many plays in that playbook. I think they need to try a few different ones here in the second half.
First down at the 20. And Ivory's got it on the handoff.
Ivory's trying to be patient, but there is nowhere to run that time, and he only gets a short gain.
That last running play was good for only a yard, so it's 2nd down and 9. The Panthers lined up in the nickel. Out of the shotgun formation. Brings it into his body. Finley's tackled down at the 22.
Arm strength is a nice thing to have when the window of opportunity is very small. Quarterbacks with strong arms can still fire it in there. Nice throw right on target by the QB.
The Panthers come out in a dime package.
Let's go.
The Saints from the 22. Scanning the field. And it's incomplete.
So many times when you drop a football in the NFL, a pass like that, it's because of lack of concentration. You're just not serious about what you're doing.
All set to punt here. And he is brought down at the 45-yard line. And a run back of about 4. The Panthers, what can you say? It's been a remarkable offensive performance all the way through onto the second half as well.
And it has been really smooth. That's the best thing you can say. It just looks so easy the way they're playing. It's really been fun to watch.
The Panthers come to the line with a bunch set. The Panthers will take the snap from the 45. Into the hands of Kelvin Benjamin.
That's an awesome job by the offense picking up this first down here in the second half. They've got a big lead. It's not about scoring anymore. It's just about milking that clock. And that is an art, and this team is good at it.
Newton's now completed 4 in a row. 1st and 10. Handoff to Jonathan Stewart. Second down here. For this play, they'll go with 2 tight ends. Newton to Olsen. That picks up 11. The Panthers offense has switched sides now and has the football as we begin the 4th quarter. They come to the line, and it's first down. The final quarter begins with this snap. Stewart's tackle right at the 28.
This is one good tackling defense. They stay in good position at all times, and we saw it that time, and they stopped the play for a short gain.
After the 2-yard carry, it sets up 2nd down and 8. 2 tight ends on the field here. And off the mark on that short throw.
It's always dangerous when your receiver's running the drag route and you throw it too far in front of him. You most likely are just going to lead him into trouble.
It's 3rd down coming up. The Panthers will look to get to the 21 to extend the drive and pick up a first. Newton off the mark that time. This will be a field goal try for good no. The Panthers had a 4th down play coming up, but want to be sure about what they want to do here, so they burn a timeout. That timeout might be very useful for the offense. They're now ready to go. The Panthers take it from the 28. The Panthers turn the ball over on downs.
That is called rolling the dice, and that's what it is. It's a big gamble by the offense and the coach. You go for it on 4th down, you don't make it, now you're going to pay the price.
Sometimes the stats don't match up with the results. And here we have one running back having a great game, but it hasn't had a big impact on the score.
Yeah, some of those runs, it just never led to points in today's games, Jim. Sometimes, you run to control the tempo of the game, but you got to pass it well to win. So the team that ran it well today just didn't work out.
The Panthers defense now loading up, expecting pass with a dime defense. The Saints get a 1st down.
When you can't hit the quarterback or put pressure on him, there's not much you're going to get done then. That time, the quarterback had time and throws it down the field for another completion.
First down at the 42. And Jackson can't hold on that time.
Jackson's unable to bring that pass in, Jim. He just took his eyes off the football. And when you do that, it's usually going to result in a drop. And those things happen. It's not a perfect game. You got to overcome adversity. I think this guy will do it. Next time it comes his way, he'll make the catch.
Failing to complete that one, so 2nd down here. The defense gets the sack.
Well, every defense is looking for somebody to sack the quarterback, and that time the speed of the defensive end gets around the tackle and gets the sack.
Ivory, the lone setback this time. The Saints will take the snap from the 35. Ivory with the catch. He's brought down. That's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, as a quarterback, sometimes you got to trust that arm and throw the football past the 1st down marker. There were guys open, but no, he takes the safe route, throws it short. Defense makes the tackle, and here we are staring at a 4th down.
The Saints take it from the 43. Shorts got it on a pass that had some heat.
I thought that was a pretty risky play that time by the offense. Even though it's the second half and you're down, you don't always have to go for it on fourth down. Fortunate for them, they got it that time.
The football rests at the 44.
Let's go.
First and 10. With two hands, he has it. Finley's marked down after a gain of 4. How about this defensive effort, Phil? They're going against a quarterback who can completely dominate a game, but actually it's been the defense who has shut him down.
I'm going to give a lot of credit to the defense. They are playing very well, but also the quarterback is not sharp today.
The Saints will take the snap from the 40. Reaches out and snatches it. Finley's brought down at the 21.
So many things are involved when you talk about people catching the pass. Catch it cleanly. Also, catch it and break a tackle. Everybody loves that. Nice job that time.
First down here after the completion. Dropping back now into the shotgun. Finley's got it on a pass, had some heat on it. That's his 5th catch of the day.
The best way to keep the other offense on the sidelines is just keep marching down the field and picking up those first downs. What a good job by the offense.
Get ready.
No margin for error from just outside the goal line. And touchdown. And they cut into that lead.
Well, when you get close to the goal line, you always have to look out for the tight end, because anytime there's just a little bit of deception, that deception is enough for the tight end to get that area where he can get open. That time he does it. Touchdown.
The Panthers returners are back deep. They still have that big lead. Scores 28-14. And they come up empty on the onside kick attempt. The Panthers taking the field again on offense. They paid the price for an aggressive decision on their last possession, passing up on the field goal attempt and going for it on fourth down, then coming up short.
Yeah, look, no second guessing for me on that. I'll just say this. I'll give the defense a lot of credit. They were there. They were ready for the situation. They made the play, and that's why the offense came away with no points.
How do you think the offense is feeling right now after that coach's decision?
Well, shoot, they're disappointed. The coach believed in him. You know, that old coach is showing faith. Well, he showed faith, and they let him go.
That's a gain of 10. The Panthers have created chances for themselves in the passing attack today. Newton's had a huge performance in this one.
When you talk about creating opportunities, that's where you have to give credit to the coaching staff. They have helped the players. The play designs have been good, and the players are taking advantage of it.
Back now in this one, and time is running out here in the fourth quarter. Stewart lined up in the backfield. Jonathan Stewart with the football. And picks up maybe 3 or 4. The defense stops the clock. 2nd and 7 on the way. Stewart lined up as the single back. An extra tight end on the field for this one. Right back to him once more. Timeouts called, and we're going to step aside. Be back in just a moment.
Nice situation here for the offense. They're winning the football game. Now they're in the red zone. Let's see if they can come up with a play that fools the defense.
Dixon's got the catch and the first. Timeout called by the defensive unit. Stewart is in the backfield. Staying with the passing game on first down. Throws it in the end zone. Touchdown. should be all the points they need to polish this one off.
That was a beating that started at the beginning of the game, and it never stopped. What a great job by the offense and the football team.
The Saints now have even more work to do to get back into this one. The score's 35-14. Cooks has got a chance to return this one. Gets out past the 20 and brought down at the 24. The Saints will try to continue this scoring onslaught as a shootout has developed on both sides of the field.
I have a little advice for the offensive coordinator. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Keep the pedal to the metal. Your players are playing great, and let them keep rolling.
They'll hike it to him out of the shotgun. The grab is made by Ivory. And Ivory's tackled down after a gain of 7.
After the pass play, gain 7. 2nd and 3 on the way.
Going to the hurry up. No timeouts remaining.
Drop back, shotgun formation. Down the field. Hauls it in deep down the middle.
The Saints have been able to rely on some very good tight end play these last 2 games. Finley's been a threat in the middle of the field and just being a major contributor to the passing game, Phil.
Yeah, you said it right, Jimmy. Listen, he's a great player. We all know that. You know what? Here's what he has in common from one week to next. Last week, he was a big tight end, and this big guy didn't get any smaller. He's still big and very good.
Time continues to tick away as they'll rush back to the line.
The line of scrimmage is the 14.
Second and 10. Touchdown, New Orleans Saints. That's his first touchdown catch of the season.
Nice throw by the quarterback that time. Put it right on the money. Not a big window. It doesn't matter to him today. Great control of the football. Put it right in there for the touchdown.
Add the extra point. The kick is good. The Panthers have let a big lead slip away here in the 4th. They'll be receiving the kick, and there's all kinds of pressure on them now. The score's 35-21. Everything hinged on them recovering that onside kick, and they failed to do so.
Well, Jim, when you're doing the onside kick, you really got to hope for that perfect bounce of the football. That time it did not happen. That's why they didn't recover.
You look at the numbers again, and really both these tight ends have looked fantastic.
Well, coming in today's game, Jim, I thought these were 2 really solid tight ends. I'm not sure anymore. They are working their way up the ladder. They're potential superstars.
Setting up now at the 45.
They bring in the extra tight end. First down and 10. Stewart's met after a gain of 8.
Yeah, I love situations like this. This is when I was at my best, getting in the huddle and telling everybody all the things. Put 2 hands on the football. Don't anybody jump off sides. Don't take any chances. And most of all, stay in bounds.
Well, Phil, I enjoyed watching the game with you, and how about a final thought about that victory?
Well, you know, Jim, I wish I could say the same, that I enjoyed spending these last 3 hours with you, but that's just not the case. But no, just kidding, of course. Nice win. They got to feel good about what they've done and celebrate a little tonight.
I think I'll see you next week, maybe.
So for Bill Sims and all the crew at EA Sports, Jim Nantz saying so long for now.
And I know she'll be the death of me, at least we'll both be numb. And she'll always get the best of me, the worst is yet to come. But at least we'll both be beautiful and stay forever young. This I know, this I know. She told me don't worry.